Aging is a regular part of life, and as a caregiver, it's
True.
important that you're able to tell the difference between the normal aging process.
Yeah, you should care for yourself, for your body. It's literally the thing, it's your vessel that you are going to carry with you till the end of your days. Just like your teeth, like if you take care of them, they will help you do your things till a later stage in life. I mean, there's literally nothing more important for your life than your body. If your body is healthy, then you will be good mentally, emotionally, physically. You will be able to enjoy life more, not only through doing stuff, but also you will be able to be more open and more forgiving and receptive for relationships.
And the signs that something might be wrong. In this video, we'll walk you through the changes you can expect to see as the person you're caring for ages, and highlight some of the more serious things to watch for. Different parts of the body have their own ways of showing age. Bones become weaker and more brittle, and muscles get less strong and flexible. However,
I think it's important to remind ourselves that our bodies don't differ that much from like a car or even a piece of tech. If you treat those nicely, they will indeed lose some performance throughout the years, but all of their functions will still be running a century later. Let's see what these guys have to say.
limping or showing pain when a certain part of the body is touched is not normal, and you should mention this to their doctor. Changes
Mentioning anything to any common doctor is a total waste of time, as medical school, the medical system, is part of the vertically integrated business that is pharmaceuticals. I mean, they own the patents to seeds, they genetically modify them, they make sure that whatever is the crops are made with their GMO crop. Then that they are sprayed with their own brand of pesticide. Then when you eat it, they make sure that your pan, for example, has a sort of coating that will contribute to their former plan. Then the fact that you are even cooking increases glycation, damage of your body. And because you are eating even the wrong foods, because you don't follow your instinct, but instead some studies or some papers, you will start having issues. If you have them later in life, like this video is showing, you will just assume it's part of your age. If you have them early in your life, you just assume that it's fate. It's life is life, I guess. We all sin, and this is me paying for my sins. That's what we tend to think. And so mentioning anything to any common doctor is a waste of time, as they will just do what they were told from within the company that they actually work for, which is Monsanto, even though they don't know they work for it. The chicks that we were told to get in 2020 are all part of the same business. If you get brittle, if you get more sensitive, then they can prescribe you more meds. And because they are hindering more the foods, they can it's the perfect business.
to the heart are also common. The arteries and blood vessels harden with age.
Changes everywhere are normal. It's perfectly normal for your body to show more wrinkles maybe more sagginess, whatever. But that doesn't impede you of doing anything. It just changes maybe even the quickness or the way you can actually do those tasks. You'll still be able to hunt, you'll still be able to run, still be able to jump, maybe not as high, not as quick, not that, you get what I mean. If you are unable to do anything, really as in unable, it means you deteriorated your body. It's not because of your age, for sure. And it's not because of fate either. Let's see what they...
Causing the heart to work harder to pump blood through them. This increases the risk of high blood pressure and other heart problems. If the person you're caring for is a smoker, encourage them to quit, as doing this will help restore heart function.
Stopping smoking won't necessarily restore heart function. I'd rather be forced to smoke than to be forced to being a vegan. Just like a gasoline car will get problems from being fed diesel, and in that case you shouldn't bother going to the mechanic because you already know it's not something like fate, it's like you being stupid and just not feeding it properly. The same goes for your body. So even though smoking cannot possibly be good as it toxifies your lungs, your respiratory system, I mean, it's what, 10-20% of what we consume? What about the air that we breathe all day long when not smoking? What about the deodorants that you put under your armpits? The fragrance that you put all over your body, especially in the neck area? What about the clothes that you wear that might have forever chemicals? What about the pills that you take for contraceptives or whatever? What about the foods that you eat that have pesticides? And if they are organic, that have anti-nutrients such as phytates, oxalates, lectins. You see what I mean? Smoking is the least of your concerns, by far.
A healthy heart is also one that gets at least 7 hours of sleep.
Possibly the only good recommendation in all of medical recommendations is the 8 hours in bed. And please understand that it is so for you to get around the 7 hours of sleep, taking into account that most people take half an hour to fall asleep, half an hour that they wake up during the night. You shouldn't guide yourself by numbers, but typically for a healthy person who isn't exerting their body every single day through going to the gym or through a stressful job, 7 hours might be around the time that you might sleep. And even though some sleep experts are saying that you cannot bank sleep in advance, you can bank sleep in advance. So if you are tomorrow picking up the plane at 4 a.m., have a nap today. Have 2 naps today. Go to bed earlier if you can fall asleep.
It's important to note that shooting chest pain or numbness in the arms and legs is not normal. If this is happening, have them see their doctor as soon as possible.
Then again, what is he going to do? Prescribe you some meds? Maybe some... Why not fix the cause? Why not stop giving diesel to a gasoline car?
Aging affects the digestive system as well and can cause chronic constipation.
No. That's not aging. That's deterioration from a poor diet, from poor conditions. Your air that you breathe might not be good, the water that you drink might not be good, the whatever hormone and the endocrine disruptors that you're putting on your skin but most importantly, diet.
The bladder can also become less elastic. This means that you may notice them wanting to go pee more often and frequently. Graying hair, receding.
If you are symptoms that don't condition your life whatsoever, that you can still do everything else that you used to, I mean, just because you need to pee a little bit more, a little bit less, your skin is more elastic, less elastic, who cares? It's not conditioning you. But visual cues are indeed a sign of aging for a mate to realize that you are not as fertile as you were before, and for you to notice that you might be doing something that is actually accelerating your aging process unnecessarily.
Gums and dry, wrinkly skin are all.
They are saying that graying hair, receding gums, and dry, wrinkly skin are all normal. It might be normal for your gums to become slightly receded. Gums recede mostly by brushing your teeth. Brushing teeth is not natural. No one in nature is doing so, as in people or animals who live instinctively. Graying hair might be, although I doubt it, a natural consequence of aging, but it should probably just come once you are actually infertile. But even so, I doubt it. I think it's a sign of deterioration. Wrinkly skin, I mean, that I think is natural. Just like your phone or your car gets some minor scratches, I mean, you might get them as well. But then again, it's mostly diet related.
Normal appearance changes. You may also notice that their eyesight and hearing starts to get worse.
This is a big no-no. You see, you should still be able to see, like, at the very worst, like 90% of what you could see at 20 years ago, years old. Hearing the same. Aging reduces performance, not features.
Schedule regular checkups with vision and hearing specialists.
Yeah, don't bother. They'll just put some glasses on you, and the glasses will just hinder your eyesight further. It will make you dependent, just like the people who are doing TRT, and then your body won't be able to do it by itself once you drop those.
And take safety precautions whenever they may be exposed to bright lights or loud noise.
Don't be wearing sunglasses basically mostly ever unless you are driving a car and you need them for safety, of course, for safety of your driving. You see, loud noises are of course not natural in nature unless it's a catastrophe, so yeah, you shouldn't be exposed to those. Those are typically always artificial, man-made. But bright lights, I mean, what is red light therapy? What is light therapy for your eyes? To heal them, these bright lights shine through your retina. Every single morning that the sky is clear, you will see a very bright light shining, and it's so freaking beautiful. And because it hasn't raised up into the sky, it's still pleasurable to just gaze it at the sunset the same. Light not only sets your circadian rhythm, especially bright light, but it also ensures that you tendentially relax the brows so that you become more hunter-eyed instead of prey-eyed. It is important for you to use these muscles for shading. Shading for your eyes should not be through some fake man-made glasses, but through actually doing this movement, which might give you some wrinkles. So if you want to avoid those, just get some tallow and rub it here, for example.
The person you're caring for may also experience changes to their sexual needs.
The only person you should be caring for is yourself. There is no such thing as sexual needs. the only sexual need in nature is to reproduce, and that only happens when you are fertile, the urge to do it naturally, and when she or he, depending on your alternate sex, is fertile as well.
Vaginal dryness and erectile dysfunction are
I mean, if you are still perfectly at a fertile, meaning at an age that you can still procreate very well, and you are having such issues, I mean, this is severe deterioration, especially if you have went literally infertile. You're eating like a cow. We'll get into that in a second. But I mean, if you are extremely, you're like 90, 100 years old, and you are like, why don't I can erect my penis? I mean, what do you need it for? It's not, unless you're like you used to be a model, you're a 10 out of 10 guy, and now you're still a 7 out of 100. I mean, why would you need it in most cases, for most men? But yeah, it's one sign of health to still be able to get it up. But distincting from the common mainstream knowledge, having a boner during the night is not very good. It means you are eating the wrong foods.
more common in older people and may make sex difficult or uncomfortable. Getting regular exercise can help with stamina, and there
Please let's make a clarification. Exercise means exertion. Exertion means strain. Strain means stress. Stress means deterioration. You want to do regular movement. You don't want to be apathic, lying on your couch like a pillow. You actually want to be moving, just like a healthy dog, for example. He might lay down, he might move a little bit, he might lay down again, he will eat, he will play a little bit, and that's it, and that's perfectly fine. The more sedentary you are, the better you will preserve your age, for your body through age. But either being apathic or exercising, as in exertion, is two extreme sides of the same coin.
doctor may be able to provide creams or medications that will
The only cream that you should be putting is tallow. And yeah, no meds, like meds are made man-made, so they cannot possibly help you. They are made in labs, they are produced in factories. Nothing made in a lab and produced in a factory is, for the moment, any good for any of us.
make sex easier. The most obvious
It's one of the simplest, most basic human things to do, just like eating. I mean, if you have all of your teeth, you cannot have any challenge eating. If you have health in your sexual reproductive organs, there is no reason for it not to be easy.
changes that come with old age happen in the brain, especially to the memory and critical thinking skills. It's
No, the critical thinking skills are lost when you start educating yourself. No one should get an education. Educations are brainwashing. No animal gets educated, thankfully, because they don't have language. And the animals that do get educated and that do please their owners end up quite often less healthy. I knew a person that was so hard on her dog, always with rules. You have to do this, you have to do that, whatever. The dog even beat his nails. I didn't know that was possible. Memory, I mean, why wouldn't your memory, which is the only physical part from these two. Be in tip-top shape at a late age, only if you deteriorate your body through what you consume. It's always through what we consume.
Normal to forget the names of acquaintances or have trouble remembering words.
Not normal, not normal. I mean, even at a young age, like at as a teen, I would have trouble remembering names or whatever of words or something, and I had ADD. I had a whole bunch of stuff back then. Now doing a more natural diet, easy peasy, and I'm actually older than I was by like 10 years.
But forgetting the names of close family members and not being able to recall recent events are both signs that something serious may be wrong, like Alzheimer's disease or dementia. It's important that the person you're caring for stays mentally active and takes time to socialize with others.
Just a quick deviation, but actually IQ is a product of how mentally active you are. If you use your brain a lot for very complex ponderings, you will have a higher IQ. You are just not more intelligent because you don't use your brain as much as more intelligent people than you. Most people will never be as intelligent as Elon Musk because most people don't use their brains as much as he does. Staying mentally active, as in reasoning all the time, I mean, in hunting, you do have to kind of reason, you do have to ponder, should I go left or right, should I maybe trick the animal by going on a more concealed way, like while opening the carcass you might ponder, should I open here, should I open there? Not much more than that. So like just the planning of exactly what you are doing ahead. What were you, like 5 minutes tops before you are actually doing something.
Playing a word game like Scrabble or
So important, because words are so important. I mean, we are the unhealthiest, unhappiest species on earth, and we are the only one who uses words, as far as I know. Monkeys do have some symbols or whatever. I don't know if it sounds so that they can warn the others. Oh, there comes an eagle, so the guy drops from the tree to below. Oh, there comes a tiger, so the guy climbs the tree. And they even used it to actually tell them to go to places so that they can rob their food.
Participating in a group
Monkeys
activity
lie.
like an art class is a great way to do both. Now that you know some of the typical signs of aging to look out for, it should be easier to recognize.
Looking anywhere close to those drawing faces, I mean, this is pure deterioration. Pure, 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 pure. You should have small wrinkles. I mean, at 110, it is normal for you to have those wrinkles right there, and maybe a little bit of this, but not this kind of life is tough. Life is only tough when you give a tough time for your biome.
When something isn't normal. If you notice any new changes in the person you're caring for that can't be explained by the regular aging process, make an appointment to see their doctor as soon as possible. For additional caregivers.
So, apparently the video is over, and now I have to give you the recommendation. What is the gasoline that you need to put, taking into account that you've actually been putting diesel, from what I've been saying? It's so simple. It doesn't even need to be put into words. If you pick up yourself and put yourself in the wilderness, only natural foods exist there. No man-made trees, no man-made fruits, no man-made anything. You might find some roots, you might try to eat them, they taste horribly to you. To rabbits, for example, they taste great. That's why rabbits can eat carrots naturally, raw, because they are meant for it. You might try to eat some leaves or some grasses, you will hate them. Cows deal perfectly fine with those, they love grass, they love green, moist grass. It's their optimal diet. And if they can, they just eat that. They don't like varied diets. Koalas just eat eucalyptus trees. In that wilderness, from what is natural, you would eat meat. Remember, fire is an invention that we've somehow figured out, but nobody is born with its capability. You would enjoy some meats, especially the fatty ones, especially the red meats, if you could find those. You would enjoy some egg yolks if you could find some nests. The clear is very slimy or whatever. We don't enjoy it very much. Even if you see a video of a bird eating eggs, which happens, they just go for the yolk. That's it. Just go straight to the yellow. And if it's after summer, around autumn, there is plenty of berries. Like actual fruits don't exist in nature, more like berries or some bigger fruits but with a lot of seeds. And you would eat those because they are sweet. If you'd find some honeycomb and you could rob the honey, you would eat that. That is a natural diet for humans because we find it pleasant raw. Thanks for watching.